Okay, so the basics of nutrition break down to protein, carbs, and fats. That's what makes up your macronutrients.
Basically, protein is your first macronutrient. It builds and repairs muscle. Some of the good sources of those would be chicken, fish, tuna, steak, turkey, protein powder, and eggs. Bad sources, really, protein in itself, you really can't have a bad source of protein. But when you mix it with bad carbs, like in a tuna salad or like a chili cheeseburger, something like that.
That mayonnaise, not so good. It doesn't make up that good protein anymore. And then when you add in the bun for a chili cheeseburger, you've just ruined your good protein that way.
What about carbs, huh?
Well, the best source for carbs really is vegetables. And I know a lot of you won't like vegetables. Trust me, you'll find a way to like those vegetables because that's your best source of carbs, really.
Now, another thing about vegetables too, really, when you're talking about a good source of vegetables, like a white potato is actually something that'll turn into a fast sugar. But like a sweet potato or your green vegetables, things like that, that are lower on your glycemic index have slower digesting sugars, so it's not going to be bad for you at all. In fact, it takes your body a lot of effort to digest it and turn it into sugars, so it's basically an even-keeled food. What are some okay sources?
Well, brown rice is a pretty good source. It's an okay source, really, because that too ends up turning into a sugar eventually. Same thing with a whole grain pasta rather than a white pasta, of course, and oatmeal as well. Obviously, we're not talking about the maple brown sugar oatmeal as your okay source.
Yeah, anything you find from Quaker that's mixed with a bunch of sugars, big important thing is read those labels, because if you read the label and it says sugar is the main ingredient in oatmeal, you're probably not getting a whole lot of oatmeal. But you definitely need to read those labels, because if you have sugar included in oatmeal, you're not getting true oatmeal. Bad sources?
Well, bad sources are the obvious things like your white grains, your white rice, your normal pastas, not the whole grain pastas, any kind of corn product, anything that has white flour in it, and unfortunately, cereal too.
Yeah.
I love my cereal,
Yeah.
but can't have that.
Yeah, I like cereal too. It's okay for a cheat occasionally, way occasionally, but as far as putting in a normal cycle of what you're eating, definitely want to stay away from it. Fats are basically a stored energy source. Honestly, fats are not as bad for you as the carbohydrates, depending upon, of course, the fat that you're getting in. But carbohydrates are really the enemy, especially when it comes into this whole grains, white grains thing. Good sources of fats could be your nuts, extra virgin olive oil, eggs.
Which also counts as a protein.
Right, it does. Bad sources would be your butter, margarine, and most cooking oils. Most things that, of course, if it's fried, it's not good. Actually, coconut oil should be in there too. Coconut oil is really, really quite good for you. This is just a real basic lineup of your macronutrients. We'll give you more information, kind of what you need in the areas below to kind of help you get started. Plus, we'll give you some links to some areas on the website where you can actually go and put where you kind of want to be, and it'll give you your breakdowns. But right now, I just kind of wanted to give you an idea, or we wanted to give you an idea of what the macronutrients actually consist of. Good?
Awesome.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.